Now, you may only see a pile of receipts, but I see a story. I can see where this story is going. It does not look good. What's happening?
It's one of the year's most talked about movies, Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's about a laundromat owner who's the only hope to save the multiverse from an evil force, and that dazzling supervillain is being played by none other than Broadway vet Stephanie Hsu. And that's not Stephanie's only big role in Hollywood right now. Paul's here with the story.
That's right, Tamsin. Although Stephanie Hsu is having a Hollywood moment right now, her passion for performing actually started in the downtown theater scene, which unexpectedly took her to Broadway, and a showy role on The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. We sat down at the Time Hotel to talk all about her wild ride. So good to see you.
It's so good to see you too.
You're having a moment.
I'm having a moment.
Everything Everywhere All at Once. You suddenly are. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
All at once. Today, every day, never again.
This movie that you are one of the stars of has blown up. I know that you know what it's like to be in a Broadway show. I know you know what it's like to be in a hit TV show. What is this like and how does it compare?
Well, I think it's really crazy because, you know, we've always really loved this film, and it is your wildest dream that you make art and people respond to it, but I don't think any of us were prepared for everyone to be like, it's the best movie we've ever seen. So that's been really wild, and people are not only having their brains blown, but also emotionally really relating to it.
Yeah.
In some ways, it feels like Be More Chill on crack, actually, because when I did Be More Chill, there were a lot of young people who were also like, I feel so seen, I feel so seen, I feel so seen. And it is awesome.
Right.
You know, in theater, you could be sitting in the back of the house and someone's face is like this big. And now it's the exact opposite, where people sit with my face for 2.5 hours and it's like on IMAX.
How did you describe it to people all this time? It must be great to have people actually get to experience it versus sort of describing it.
Totally. I definitely think it's a type of movie that you want to just know almost nothing about and just go and feel and go on the ride. But I would say that the movie is a truly never before seen kind of film about a family who is desperately trying to find one another through the chaos of life, but also the multiverse.
You also got to work with Michelle Yeoh as your mom, who's an icon.
A true icon.
What was that like to actually get on set and to dig into these very emotional moments with her?
She is a true legend and carries that weight with such grace and play. She is so generous, and I can't believe I've been so lucky that I get to say that we were scene partners, you know? And we also just had so much fun. And I was really scared that I was going to be too weird for Michelle, because one of my characters is a villain and is, you know, blowing up people's heads into confetti and swinging things and, you know, dressed as Elvis. And that was one of the first scenes that I shot with Michelle, this like very weird scene. And I had rehearsed it with the Daniels, the directors, and all of a sudden I get to set and I'm like, oh my gosh, what have we done? You've turned me into a freak, and now I'm about to unleash my freak to Michelle. And so I made them promise me that before we got weird, or like before we released the character Jobu, that they would announce to the entire crew, like, okay, everybody, Stephanie's gonna get weird now, so that she would be prepared and warned. But luckily, she's such a goofball too. I think the coolest thing, probably for my mom, is that they asked for actual family photos. And so they're baby photos of me with my mom, but they photoshopped Michelle's face onto my mom's face. So it's actual baby me, but it's Michelle with my mom's body.
I think it's time for you to meet my parents.
Nope.
You can't just run. I know where you live.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
We have to talk about Mrs. Maisel, the marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I don't want to just do the nickname. It's been such a fun journey. I mean, I love when you first joined the cast and really shaking up Joel Maisel, really shaking it. This past season, wow.
Yeah.
And you have another season to go.
Yes, we are shooting season 5 right now, but I can't tell you anything.
Okay.
Because, you know, that show is amazing and the costumes are amazing. Truly spoiled rotten. Like every single fitting is like, here, we just built this beautiful period piece to you. We designed it for you. It's so fun and it feels so special every single time. And also similarly, like I never thought that I was going to ever be able to be in a period piece, period, or on television. And so to get to do that as a Chinese woman in the late 1950s, early 1960s, now that's done. So more people can start using that space, and a younger version of me doesn't ever have to doubt if that's possible for her, because it happened. And I can't believe that I'm a part of that.
Having first seen you on Broadway, SpongeBob SquarePants, Be More Chill, and to see your career, do you feel like it's a little more open now for Broadway actors to get opportunities on camera?
I think people are making it for sure, making the transition. But I think it is hard. I mean, in so many ways, I feel like I snuck in through the back door of Broadway. I got involved with SpongeBob before I even had an agent. I didn't want an agent. I was doing experimental theater, and I thought that was going to be my bread and butter.
What kind of experimental theater?
Like Contact Improv, Basement of Dixon Place. I did a show, I had just finished a show called War Lesbian, where I played a hand and, and like a fur coat. And I had just been at Williamstown, and they needed extra voices to read through a preliminary script of the SpongeBob musical at the Viacom building. It was literally like, we're gonna be here for 2 days to see if Nickelodeon even wants to make this a musical. I ended up being there from that very beginning to like the 5-year process of developing it. It's always been me just like following people that I really love working with no expectation of where it will land or if it will, the scale in which it will land, and things just keep propelling into larger arenas. And I feel so lucky because for me, it really isn't about the climb. It's really just about making art that I believe in with people that I love, and it feels so affirming that it's working.